lecture. First of all, I want to share my screen. Yeah. Yeah. Very good morning to all my dear students. I welcome you all on the behalf of Bren Mumbai Municipal Corporation Online Education, that is of English medium. Myself, Jayashree Jaiswal. I am from Chinchowli School. Yeah. And today I am hereby to take your class on Science 2 of class 9, as we have started our chapter Heredity and Variation, and today is the last part of this chapter. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, we will take a quick recall on the previous portion, that is of yesterday. Okay, so yesterday we have seen about the genetic disorders. So what is the genetic disorders? Diseases or disorders occurring due to abnormalities in chromosomes and mutations in genes are called as the genetic disorder. Yeah. And the chromosomal abnormalities, which include either increase or decrease in numbers and deletion or translocation of any part of the chromosome, that is, examples are physical disorders like cleft lip, albinism, and psychological disorders like sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, etc. Okay, as we are knowing that human karyotype means chromosome chart. As in human beings, there are 46 chromosomes in the form of 23 pairs. Okay, but out of this 23 pairs, 22 pairs are called as autosomes. And the last pair, that is 23rd pair, is known as the 6 chromosomes or the allosomes. Okay. So in woman, the chromosome is represented as 44 plus XX, and in man as 44 plus XY. Okay. As the Mandel has shown in his experiments, there are that two types of genes, yeah, dominant and recessive. On the basis of this chromosomal abnormalities, disorders were taken place in the body. And what are the different disorders on the basis of this numerical chromosome? It's Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome. The Down syndrome, it's a trisomy of the 21st chromosome. Yeah. Turner syndrome, it's the monosomy of the X chromosome. Means in a female, one X chromosome is absent. Yeah. In Klinefelter syndrome, this disorder arises in men due to abnormalities in the sex organs. Here, the chromosome numbers or conditions are 44 plus XXY. Here, the chromosome X is extra. Okay, so we have seen up till here the disorders of the chromosomal abnormalities, that is Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome. Okay, now, and we have seen about the National Health Mission also. Now, moving further to the monogenic disorders. Diseases occurring due to mutation in single gene is called as monogenic disorders. What is called a monogenic disorder? Disorders or diseases occurring due to mutation, occurring due to mutation. Yes, occurring due to the mutation in any single gene into a defective one are called as monogenic disorders, and approximately 4,000 different disorders of this type are what? Are known. Yes. So every gene has a sequence to synthesize a definite product such as an enzyme. But the defective gene cannot do so. So what happens? Either the defective gene cannot do so. So either the essential enzyme is not synthesized or it is synthesized in a deficient amount. And due to this condition, some metabolic reactions does not occur in the body and the unwanted toxic substances may accumulate within. Toxic substance get accumulate means get stored within the body, and disorders are therefore known as what? Inborn errors of metabolism. So they are called as what? Inborn errors of metabolism, and this abnormal metabolism may lead to death at a tender age. Tender age means in the younger age only. Okay, and so what are the examples of this monogenic disorders? Examples of such disorders are Hutchinson's disease, Tay-Sachs disease, galactosemia, phenylketonuria, sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, albinism, hemophilia, night blindness. These are the examples of this monogenic disorders. So moving further, we will see brief explanation about the albinism. Yeah. Albinism is an example of a genetic disorder. It is an example of a genetic disorder. Okay, this is a genetic disorder in which the body is unable to produce what? Melanin pigment. Okay, here the body is unable to produce melanin. Now, what is a melanin pigment? This melanin pigment is responsible for the color of our skin. Okay. So as a result, the skin become pale and eyes look reddish pink due to the absence of melanin pigment in the retina and the sclera. Yes. As here what happens? Melanin pigment is absent. So our eyes, skin and hair have color just because due to the brown pigment, that is melanin. So in this disease, the body cannot produce melanin and the skin becomes pale. Hairs are white and eyes are usually pink due to the absence of melanin pigment in the retina and sclera. Retina and sclera. See here, this is a child who is suffering from the disorder, monogenic disorder, that is albinism. See the skin, it is a pale skin. See the color of the hair, it is white. Color of the eyes, it is pink eyes. Yes. So melanin pigment absent in retina and sclera is seen in the albinism. In the albinism. Okay. In the albinism. So, here you understood about the albinism. This is a genetic disorder. Our eyes, skin and hair have color due to what? Which pigment? Brown pigment. That is melanin. Okay, and in this disease, the body cannot produce what? Cannot produce melanin. Yes. So what happens in this disease? Body cannot produce melanin and the skin becomes pale skin, white hairs and pink eyes. Okay. So students, you can understand that how much this melanin pigment is important for us. Okay. So if it is absent, it will means it is having monogenic, or a person or a child is suffering from a monogenic disorder, that is albinism. Okay. Moving further, for the second example, that is sickle cell anemia. Now what is sickle cell anemia? Yes, sickle cell anemia is a monogenic disorder. Yes, here the mutation in the fetus causes this diseases. Mutation occurs in the fetus. Okay, see this normal, how it is DNA, see the DNA and RNA, but when the mutation occurs, what changes we see? See here, yeah, here the glutamatic acid and here the acid is not there. It is valine. So even minor changes in molecular structure of proteins and DNA may lead to diseases or disorders. So normal hemoglobin has what? Glutamic acid as the sixth amino acids in the molecular structure. Yeah. What is? Normal hemoglobin has a what? Glutamic acid as the sixth amino acid in its molecular structure. However, if it is replaced by valine, the shape and the structure of the hemoglobin molecule changes. Yes. So due to this, the erythrocytes or red blood corpuscles, that is RBC, which are normally biconcave, become sickle shaped. Yes, biconcave become sickle shaped, and due to this, erythrocytes or red blood corpuscles, which are normally what? Biconcave, but they become sickle shaped, and this condition is called sickle cell anemia. So this what? So this condition is called as a sickle cell anemia, and therefore oxygen carrying capacity of a hemoglobin is reduced. What? So the oxygen carrying capacity of a hemoglobin in such individuals is very low. It is reduced and the clumping and destructions of erythritis occurs. Erythrocytes occurs. Okay. As a result, what happens? As a result, blood vessels are obstructed and the circular system, brain, lungs, kidneys, etc. are damaged. So, in this condition, what happens? See, this biconcave shape is there, but due to this sickle shape, this is the sickle shape. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Due to this, what happens? As a result, blood vessels are obstructed and the circular system, brain, lungs, kidneys are also damaged. And this sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease. It is a hereditary disease. Okay. It occurs due to the changes in genes during conception. If the father and the mother, if the father or a mother are both affected by a sickle cell anemia, or if they are carriers of this disorder, their offsprings are likely to suffer from this disease. If the father and mother are both affected by what? sickle cell anemia, or if they are the carriers of these disorders, then their offsprings are likely to suffer from this disease. Hence, the marriages between the persons who carriers of or are suffering from sickle cell anemia should be avoided. So, a person, a male or a female, mother and father, if they are the carriers, then the offspring is also will also likely to suffer from this disease. So what it is, that hence marriages between the persons who are carriers of or the suffering from the sickle cell anemia should be avoided, should be avoided. Okay, yes. Now but what are the, if we will see that, what are the, how we can diagnose, or how can we can see that a person is suffering from a sickle cell? Yes, how? What symptoms we will see? The swelling of the hands and legs, pain in joints, severe general body aches, yeah, frequent colds and cough, constant low grade fever, exhaustion, yeah, pale face, low hemoglobin content. These are the symptoms. What? Swelling of the hands and legs, pain in joints, severe general body aches, then frequent colds and cough, constant low grade fever, yes, constant low grade fever, exhaustion, pale face, low hemoglobin count, and sign and symptoms of this sickle cell person. These are the symptoms, okay, which we see in the sickle cell anemia. Okay, up till here you understood what it is and how we can identify a person who is suffering from this what? Sickle cell anemia. Okay. As in Maharashtra, there are more than 2.5 lakh people suffering from sickle cell anemia, and about 21 districts, including 11 districts from Vidarbha, are affected by these disorders. What? In Maharashtra only. Where do we live? There are more than 2.5 lakh people suffering from this sickle cell anemia, and about 21 districts, including 11 districts from where? From Vidarbha, are affected by these disorders. Okay. So, now, diagnosis of the sickle cell anemia, how it is done? By taking what? Solubility test, and electrophoresis is performed to detect the sickle cell anemia. How this sickle cell anemia is diagnosed? By the solubility test and the electrophoresis, which is performed to detect what? Sickle cell anemia. Yes. Moving further, now, but there are two types of persons affected by the sickle cell anemia. Okay. Now, see, the symbol AA, it represents normal. It represents normal person. Symbol AS means it's a carrier. It's a carrier. And symbol SS, it denotes or represents the sufferer. First of all, you should think and keep in mind that symbol AA is for normal. AS, both the letters are capital. AS are carriers, and sorry, SS is for sufferer. Okay, up till here you understood. Now, moving further, when this two normal people, one male and female, are crossed, what progeny we get? If suppose one man and woman is of normal, if we have seen, so what progeny we see, what we will see? Symbols male A, symbols male female. What progeny we will see? That all childrens will be what? All childrens will be normal. Normal progeny if both parents are normal, then only means a progeny is not having, means a offspring is not having the what? Sickle cell anemia. Okay. But moving further, if a male is normal, he is not suffering from the sickle cell. But a female is a carrier. Female is a carrier. Then what will happen? Then what will happen? Then we will see that, see, capital A or capital A or S, or see the symbols of the female, it's capital A and S or capital A, capital A. So here the progeny is what? When we will see in the Punnett square, what we will get? The progeny, that is 50% normal and 50% what? Carrier. If when we will get this 50% progeny normal and 50% carrier, if one parent is normal and one is a carrier. Okay, understand up till here? So what you have to do, students? Wait a minute. What we have to do? That using the Punnett square, you have to perform all these crosses so that it will be easier for you to understand about the what? The progeny. Okay. Now, moving further, when a male is normal, means AA, and the female is a sufferer, when one parent is normal and one is a sufferer. So what a progeny we will be getting? What progeny we will get? That all children are carriers. All children are carriers. Okay. So use Punnett square and you will get. See here that AS means what? All children are carriers. Okay. Now, then if the carrier, if both parents are carriers, if both parents are carriers, then what we will see? We will see that 25% are normal and 25% are sufferer and 50% carrier. What we will see? 25% normal, 25% sufferer and 50% carrier. Okay. Now, after this, what we will see? See, if one parent is carrier and one is a sufferer, if one parent is carrier and one parent is sufferer, what progeny we get? That 50% progeny is carrier and 50% is sufferer. Yes, 50% is carrier and 50% sufferer. Yes. Now, last ones we will see, that is, see, when both parents are sufferers, when both parents are sufferers, means what? All children will be sufferers. Yes or no? When both the parents are sufferers. So what progeny we will get? All children will be, sufferers. Okay. So up till here you understood? Yes, students? When? We will repeat one more time. If both parents are normal, normal progeny. If one parent is normal and one is carrier, means 50% progeny is normal and 50% is carrier. If one parent is normal, one is a sufferer, all progeny will be carrier. Yes, if both parents are carriers, then 25% progeny is normal, 25% is sufferer, and 50% is carrier. Okay, if one parent is carrier and one is a sufferer, then 50% progeny is a carrier and 50% sufferer is 50% is sufferer. And at last, if both parents are sufferers, it depends. Yes, when parents are only sufferers, then the progeny will also be what? Sufferers. Understood up till here? Now, what are the remedies for the sickle cell anemia? What are the Now, what is the first of all, if we want to see how we will diagnose the sickle cell anemia, just now in previous I have told, I have explained you that what first it is solubility test, which is performed in the hospital. Solubility test. Then what is the second one? It is electrophoresis, which is performed in the hospital only to detect what? To detect sickle cell anemia. So now, up till now, we have seen how it suffers, what are the symptoms, how it is diagnosis. Now we will see the remedies. Now, remedies means how to cure. This disease is spread in only one way. This disease is spread only in one way, that is reproduction. Hence, husband and wife, what? So, husband and wife should get their blood examined either before marriage or after it. What are the remedies? That husband and wife should get their blood examined before marriage or after marriage. Okay. Then what it is? A sickle cell carrier or a sufferer should avoid marriage with one another. Yes, with one another, carrier or sufferer. A sickle cell carrier or a sufferer should avoid marriages with what? With one another, that is carrier or the sufferer. Yes, and the third remedy is a sickle cell anemia. A person suffering from a sickle cell anemia should take a tablet of folic acid tablet daily. A person, he or she, should take one folic acid tablet daily. Okay. Yes, these are the remedies of the sickle cell anemia. Yes. Now, moving further to the mitochondrial disorder. Up till now, we have seen about the what? Numerical disorder. Yeah. We have seen the disorders due to chromosomal abnormalities. Then we have seen what? Diseases occurring due to the mutation in single gene, that is monogenic disorder. Now the last topic of our chapter, not last second topic of our chapter, it is mitochondrial disorder. It is mitochondrial disorder. Now what is mitochondrial disorder? What is mitochondrial disorder? Yeah. Mitochondrial DNA, sorry. Mitochondrial DNA may also become defective due to the mutations. Due to the mutations, mitochondrial DNA may also become defective due to mutations. And during fertilizations, mitochondria are contributed by the egg cells. Ovum. Yes, egg cell means ovum alone. So what? So Hence, mitochondrial disorders are inherited from the mother only. This mitochondrial DNA is inherited from the mother only. Yes, and the mitochondrial DNA is muted, then the disorder produced are called as mitochondrial disorders. If the mitochondrial DNA is muted, then the disorders produced are called as mitochondrial what are called as mitochondrial disorders, and these disorders are thus transmitted from mother only. These disorders are thus transmitted only from where? From mothers only. For example, it's a Leber's hereditary or optic neuropathy. Okay, this is all about the mitochondrial disorder. This is all about the what? Mitochondrial disorder. Means what is mitochondrial disorder? If the mitochondrial DNA is muted, then the disorders produced are called mitochondrial disorders, and these disorders are thus transmitted from mother only. Keep in mind. Okay. So, what are the examples of mitochondrial disorders? Examples are Leber hereditary optic neuropathy. What it is? Leber hereditary optic neuropathy is an example of a mitochondrial disorder. Yes, up till here you understood. Now moving further to the last topic of our session, that is polygenic disorder. What it is? Polygenic disorders. So what are the polygenic disorders? Disorders due to mutation in multiple genes. Disorders due to mutations in a multiple genes is called as what? Polygenic disorders. Yes. So the mutations in more than one gene at the same time cause polygenic disorder. So severe fetal disorders caused for the effects of environment on the fetus. Example what? See, cleft lip, yes, cleft palate, then constricted stomach. Spina bifida means what? Spina bifida, say here. What is spina bifida? A defect of the spinal cord. What is spina bifida? It's a defect of the spinal cord. And besides this, so these are the polygenic disorders. But besides this, diabetes, blood pressure, heart disorders, asthma, obesity are also polygenic disorders. Means what? Diabetes, blood pressure, heart disorders, then asthma, obesity are also polygenic disorders. And these polygenic disorders do not strictly follow what? Mendel's principles of heredity. Yes, these polygenic disorders do not strictly follow what? Mendel's principles of heredity. They arise from a complex interaction between what? Arise from a complex interaction between environment, lifestyle, and defects in several genes. Okay, it's see here diabetes, blood pressure, heart disorders, asthma, obesity, all these things where it comes from where? Yeah, this is all the polygenic disorders, but these polygenic disorders do not strictly follow Mendel's principles of heredity, and they arise from a complex interaction between environment, lifestyle, and defects in several genes. Okay, now moving further. The things which we have to always remember, that is the interrelationship between the tobacco addiction and the cancer. That is, what is cancer? Uncontrolled growth of the cells. What it is? Uncontrolled growth of the cells. Now what it is? Now we will see. Many people consume what? Tobacco, either by smoking or by chewing. Yes, many people. What? They consume tobacco. Tobacco means what? Tambaku. Yes, either by smoking or by chewing. And this consumption of tobacco in any form can cause what? Cancer. Yes. So any kind of tobacco product is what? Carcinogenic. Now, what is carcinogenic? And the nicotine in the tobacco is the main carcinogenic agent. What it is? It's a main agent. Okay. So, smoking, consumption of tobacco in any form can cause cancer. So, smoking of cigarettes, yeah, smoking of cigarettes, then and BD adversely affects the process of digestion, and it causes a burning sensation in the throat and a cough. Excessive smoking causes instability and trembling of the fingers. Yes. See, what are the problems after the consuming this? Digestion problems, burning sensation in throat, cough problem, instability, trembling of fingers. Yeah, trembling of fingers. A dry cough causes sleeplessness. Tobacco consumption can also lead to the shortening of what? Lifespan, chronic bronchitis, pericarditis. Yeah, then cancer of the lungs, mouth, larynx, voice box, pharynx, pancreas, urinary bladder, etc. So, these are the causes. Okay, so, and the harmful chemicals which are seen in this, yeah, the harmful chemicals which are seen. First of all, harmful effects of the smoking are due to the nicotine, which is present in what? Present in tobacco, and it affects the central and the peripheral what? Nervous system, and arteries become hard. That is, it causes arteriosclerosis and the hypertension. Now, tobacco smoke contains harmful chemicals like what? Pyridine, ammonia, yes, aldehyde furfural, then carbon monoxide, nicotine, sulfur dioxide, etc. They cause what? They cause uncontrolled cell division. Tobacco smoke is full of minute carbon particles which cause normal tissue of the lung to transform into thickened black tissue. Thickened black tissue. So, to protect the body from cancer, one must avoid what? One must avoid smoking and consumption of tobacco and tobacco products in any form. Yes or no? So, when we consume all these things, we will cause cancer. And while chewing tobacco or tobacco products, much of the extract is absorbed into the body, and excessive tobacco consumption may cause cancer of lips or tongue, visual disorders or tremors. So, to protect one's body from the cancer, one must avoid smoking and consumption of tobacco and tobacco products in any form. So one should what? One should avoid all these things. Yes, students, up till here you understood what it is, that the what is the preventive measures for this? It is that to protect one's body from the cancer, one must avoid what? Smoking and consumption of tobacco and tobacco products in any form. So compose and present a street play against. So how we can stop? We should take a aware programs. This is compose and present a street play against tobacco consumption and participate in a drive against tobacco. Yes, in rural area, not only in rural, it's all over now. It's in rural or in urban. So it's very, very compulsory that a person should stop taking what? Tobacco and the tobacco products. So students, up till here, we have finished. So today, we have finished the chapter number 16, that is heredity and the variations. So in this chapter, we have seen about the inheritance, heredity, that is characteristics and their appearance, then Mendel's law of inheritance, and this is due to the chromosomal aberrations. Yes. So at last, now we will move further to the evaluation. You should write and you should copy down all these questions and write the answers. Is it right to avoid living with a person suffering from a genetic disorder? Explain why. Second, write a brief note on a monogenic disorder. Brief note means everything you should write. So, students, it is needed that you should read the lesson properly, thoroughly, understand it, practice Punnett square, and learn everything. Read and learn. Before learning, understand it. And at last, as we have finished this chapter, you have to complete the exercise in your notebooks. If you understand this lesson, you can find out the answers very fast and you can complete the exercise. So hereby I am declaring that I have completed my today's lecture and also the chapter number 16, that is heredity and variation.